Every year, on the same day, Vermont floods. When I first moved to Burlington, I knew it wasn't just bad luck. It was the visible effects of climate change. Storms are getting stronger, temperatures are getting hotter, and the damage lasts longer. Nature has always been unpredictable, but lately it feels more dangerous because of us. Our choices, our industries, our patterns of convenience have destroyed natural systems. I've seen water at its most destructive. Growing up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and along the coastline of Georgia, I saw hurricanes destroy neighborhoods. Homes leveled, cars sunken. In high school, living near Lake Monroe in Bloomington, Indiana, I saw another side of water's story: pollution. It's not as dramatic as a hurricane, but just as dangerous. It seeps slowly into our drinking water, our recreation, and our trust in the systems meant to protect us. Plastic pollution tells its own story of destruction. It's in the streams behind our schools, in the lakes we swim in, and in the fish that end up on our plates. It chokes ecosystems, harms wildlife, and carries toxins into our food and water. Tiny pieces of plastic from bags, bottles, and microfibers travel further than we could fathom, but never truly break down. Cleanup initiatives can no longer be enough. We must work to change the habits that led us here in the first place. And now, in Vermont, I've seen rising waters erase boundaries we thought were fixed. Roads, fields, libraries, whole neighborhoods. Each place has taught me the same lesson. We can't control water, but we can learn from it. Water is resilient. It doesn't fight obstacles. It finds a new path and moves around them. But when storms hit, they don't hit everyone the same. Floodwaters rise higher in poverty-stricken areas because infrastructure isn't built to protect them. Small businesses drown before big corporations. Tourism dries up, jobs disappear, and children can't get to school or to the school lunch that may be their only meal that day. It's not just climate change. It's inequality made visible. When I first started studying green energy, I thought it meant saving the world. Planting trees, cutting emissions, designing better systems. One of the most important ideas that has stuck with me throughout this journey, however, is that our planet needs saving just as much as our people do. Sustainability is about community, about who has access to clean water, safe housing, and reliable education when the next storm comes. Around the world, stormwater management programs are showing us what's possible. Cities that build green infrastructure, like permeable pavements, rain gardens, and wetlands, aren't just protecting property, they're protecting people. Communities are already proving that sustainability and equity can flow together. In places like the Netherlands, cities are learning to live with the water, building floating neighborhoods and designing canals that double as public parks. And it doesn't stop there. When influential countries take initiative on sustainable, people-focused infrastructure, others follow. But it doesn't have to start with a massive policy overhaul. It can start with a community garden that absorbs runoff, a student project that reimagines drainage, or a personal decision to keep pollutants out of local waterways. Real change happens when adaptation becomes collaboration. In Kenya, for example, the Greenbelt movement started as a simple yet powerful act: women planting trees to protect their soil and their livelihoods. It was founded as a response to deforestation, soil erosion, and the loss of access to clean water and firewood, issues which all directly affected rural women and their families. Over time, the Greenbelt movement planted tens of millions of trees across Kenya, revitalized degraded ecosystems, and strengthened community participation. Their founder and professor, Wangari Maathai, once said, "It's the little things citizens do. That's what will make the difference." Similarly, in Chile, small acts of local protest evolved into a national movement to fight for the right to water as a sacred and public resource, not as a commodity. They organized cleanups, community education workshops, and advocacy campaigns that reached all the way to Chile's constitutional reform process. Their message is simple but powerful. Water is life, and no one should profit from it at the expense of the people or the planet. I see the same spirit reflected here at UVM, where projects like our amphitheater or the Echo Center's solar canopy and runoff garden show us that green design can be both functional and symbolic. They don't just manage water or generate energy. They tell us that every sustainable choice we make connects us to something bigger. We won't all lead global movements, but we can each plant something, protect something, or design something that ripples outward. Because small acts of care, whether they are for our land, our water, or each other, create lasting change. The more I learn, the more I see that water is our greatest teacher. It teaches us that sustainability doesn't come from control, that power doesn't come from control. It comes from adaptability. It shows us that we are all downstream from someone else's decisions. Our resilience relies on our connection. So maybe our renewed goal of sustainability isn't to stop the storms, but to make sure that when the next storm comes, we all have a chance to stay afloat, because water will always find its path. The question is whether we'll find ours. Thank you.